Hello everyone, welcome back. I hope you all are doing good. Okay, and this week was also my week. My this week was also good. I enjoyed very much, and I learned a lot of things in PowerShell. Uh, and I found one thing very interesting, uh, that you can use PowerShell in order to automate Excel. You know, see the power of PowerShell that it can also automate Excel. Okay, so here in this video I will be discussing in order to how you can automate Excel. That is how you can open Excel sheet, okay, or Excel workbook, and then this workbook will have a different tabs or different Excel sheets. So how you can access those different Excel sheets, how you can work on a particular sheet, that is how you can access a particular cell in a sheet. Okay, so let me show you what I mean. Okay, let me open this. See, uh, this is a sheet, and this whole is a workbook. Okay, so this workbook has different sheets: sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, sheet 4. If I want to create sheet 5 also. Okay, so this is having a number of different sheets. So what you can do is, what you can access different sheets. You can work on different sheets. Okay, you can access different cells. Okay, you can write values in these cells. You can read values from these cells. Okay, you can select a range of these cells. You can even add different colors to these cells. So there are a number of ways, or there are a number of things you can do with Excel. And the beauty is that you can do all of these things by using PowerShell. So it depends all totally depends on the application, what type of application you are developing. But here I will not be discussing or not be developing any application, but I will be telling you the basics and basics on uh, um, to work on Excel sheet. Okay, so let's begin. Let me close it. Okay, the first step is, the first step to work in Excel is to open the workbook. And to open a workbook, you will have to use a command which is called as new object, and then com object excel.application. Think of this as when you go to a library, you have a number of different shelves, and each of these shelves have different books. Okay, so this com object is just like selecting a particular book among different books in on a shelf. Okay, and these shelves are libraries, .NET libraries. So in this .NET library, I have a shelf, and in this shelf, I am selecting a book. Okay, and what is the name of this book is dollar. Let me. I'm storing this thing in a variable. So what? How I will access that book, Excel book? That is, I will be using this command net, and then I will be using this property command com object, and then Excel dot application. Sorry. Okay, so in a library there are different shelves, and in this different shelf there are different books, and I am using this book. Now if you want, there may be different books, there may be so many books. So when you will work with a different book or on a different MS Office application, that is, you can work with the Word also. So the thing will be, the name here will be different. Right now, since we are working uh, with Excel. So we'll be using this thing. Okay. Now this, this, since it is an object, and an object, if you are familiar with basics of programming, object oriented programming, then an object has different methods and different classes. Okay. So I hope you all must be knowing then what is method and what is class. I don't want to go into the details of on that and those things, because that will be very basic, and it will be boring. It will take a lot of time. So we can explore what all properties and what all method this object has by typing this command. See. It has a number of methods and number of properties. These are properties, and there are methods as well. You can see these methods. So from these, among these properties, I will be using a property called visible. This property, if you will not use this property, what will happen that this will be running in the background, and you will never come to know that it is running in the background. So it will be running in the background, but you will not be able to see it on your screen and on your laptop screen. Let me. So in order to make it visible, I will be using this visible property, and I will be setting it to true. Now you will see that what is this, what actually this Excel dot application is. So let's see what this is actually. See. So this is what Excel dot application. This is an object, this whole thing. But you will see that there is no sheet and nothing. Okay. So how we will get a sheet? Okay, let me close. So you can see that this is basically what this is. This. Now let me close. I will show one by one, yeah, that what is happening. Okay. Now I have a book. Sorry, I have an Excel sheet which is saved at a particular location. So how I will access that, or how I will open it? I will be using this Excel variable, this the new object, this the new object command, or you can say I have stored this thing, this variable, and I will be using this variable to access that particular workbook by using this property workbooks dot open. If you want to open any workbook stored at a particular location, so I have already that location. I've already made that sheet. It is at this location, and you can have different location or whatever location you like. Okay. Now what it will do, you can just see. Now you can see that it is a fully functioning Excel sheet, which has different tabs or different sheets. Okay. And each sheet has different cells. Now what if let me add a comment here, that opening Excel sheet. Okay. Now what if you want to access a particular sheet? Okay. So accessing a particular sheet, how you will access that particular sheet? uh, Let me, okay, let me store this whole sorry, this whole thing in one variable, that is work. book. Okay. Now suppose here in this Excel sheet I want to access this sheet 2 or sheet 3, then how I will get it? Let's see. Let me first I'm going to access worksheet 2. Okay, I'm creating a variable and then I will be using this workbook dot worksheets dot item. Okay, if you want to, it has selected this, it has selected this sheet, but it is not highlighting. So if you want to highlight it, then what you have to do is you have to use a method called worksheet, a method called activate actually. Activate. Now you will see that this will be highlighted when the Excel sheet opens. See, this is highlighted. Now let me highlight the sheet 3. See, sheet 3 is highlighted now. Okay. Now what if you want to access a particular cell of a particular sheet? Right now let's work on sheet 2. Okay. Suppose I want to access this cell or I want to write something in this cell, then how I will write? Okay. So for that what I will have to do is I'll have to access that particular cell. Okay. So this how I will access it. Not workbook, worksheets dot cell dot item cells. I will be using property and then item. In this item I will be giving the address of the cell. For example, if I want to print something at in this cell, so what I will be doing, I will be using this, I will be giving the address of this cell. Suppose I write, I will be writing this value, first cell of worksheet 2. So let's see prints it or not. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not worksheet, it's worksheet. See, it is working. Okay. Now what if you want to change the font, or um, suppose I want to select these cells, okay, from here to here to here, or whatever range, means I want to select a range, then what I will do, how I can do it, I can selecting range of cells. Let's make a variable called range and then I will be using this worksheet 2 and then using this property range, and then I will be giving a range. Suppose I want to select these range of cells, that is A1 to F1. So what I will be doing, I can do is I can enter starting address A1, then comma, then F1. Okay, let's see what it is going to do. What happened? Oh, sorry. We have selected, but the cells are selected, but we have not merged it. We have to use this property merge. Now it will merge. You can see this is now a single unit A1 to F1. Let me make it till here F2. Let's see then what happens. Then I think it will be visible more clearly. Okay. See, you can see it now. Okay. Suppose I want to make it a title, So you can make it a title by giving this, by using this property style is equal to title. See, it has made it a title. Now what I am going to do is um, hmm, I'm going to make I'm going to write something on in the cells again, and then we can change this font, this color. Okay, so let's begin. Suppose let me select this address, this cells 41. Okay, so what we can do is worksheet 2 dot cells dot item, and write whatever says first cell, and you can give the address 41. Okay, it's 41. So you can see what is going to happen. See, it has printed the thing. Now suppose you want to change the font, you want to change this to bold. Okay, so what we will be doing, copying this statement, now copying this address, and then I will be using the property font dot bold is equal to dollar true. Let's see what happens again. Say it is bold now. Suppose you want to change color. So what you can do, how you can do it, dot interior dot color index. You can it has a different combination of colors. This is just a code of a particular color. You can get this code online. Sorry, this code number online. Let's see what color it is. I'm not sure. Okay, it's a gray color, right? Okay, so this is how you can even color a particular cell. Suppose you want to add filter, okay, in the Excel sheet, then how you can do it? Suppose I want to add filter to a particular cell. um, Not particular. Let's select a range. This is very raw. So I am doing anything on any cell or on any row. Okay. So please bear with me. So let's select from A6 to E6 and then add filters here. Okay. So for that we will have to first select. Okay. So we will be selecting. So I'm giving it a range, the different name. Okay. Suppose giving it range select, then worksheet 2, because we are working on worksheet 2. Range from here to from A6 to E6. Okay, from A6 to E6. Okay, now what I have to do is I have to apply filter. So you will be using this property auto filter, and let's see what happens. Oh, wait. Okay, there was an error. It was saying that I cannot apply filter on a empty cell actually. So what I have done is I have selected this range A4 to E4, and this A4 cell is not empty. It has some content on it. So let's see what happens. See, it has applied filter now, and this filter is working. Okay, so let me give it a heading: applying filters.